Hello and welcome to my project about Nebula streaming. My name is Gabrielle, and I want to talk to you about the future of creativity and what streaming is. So, my idea behind Nebula streaming was to give the user more flexibility for their page, and this was all designed off of a application called Twitch.tv. It is a streaming platform for gamers, artists, really, you can find just about anything on there. It is mostly known for gaming, but other people use it to like go to sleep for like ASMR. There's a whole bunch of different content on there. But I wanted to focus more on the streamer originally, but due to limitations with Adobe XD, I went more a different route. But we'll start with how I wanted it to go, anyways. So I interviewed 5 different people that consisted of several different age ranges from 20s to 50. Um, they were all of different gender and ethnicity. Um, I gave them a simple questionnaire such as how old are you? What do you identify as? When did you start streaming for Twitch or participating on Twitch? I also asked people what do they think about Twitch and how do you think the viewership should change and the interaction with like the main page. How do you deal with like interactive versus non-interactive chat? And a lot of these points will no longer apply to the final design of this project, but this is where I originally wanted to go with this project. Um, and then I asked them like, what did they think about like changing things like on Twitch? Because Twitch has an original purple page, but you can't really change anything about it. It displays a lot of different types of content to you, and we'll explore Twitch at the end of this project. So I finished that survey and they filled it out for me. And so my key finding was that people wish for more customization, uh, that they would find interesting to them. About 1/8 of the page on Twitch they don't even use because they don't find any of the content important to them or anything that's actually interesting to them because it's not perfectly catered to them. So I made out 2 persona type sheets, various in one female and one male, just to give a variety. And if you to click on them, it gives you a quick biography about what they're looking for, why this site would appeal to them, and how it would increase their needs and wants. So, like, increase their art commission. So, like, if they're a smaller streamer, it might be easier for like the front page of this website to be more fundamental so that they can be found and have more interaction with people. And then in this one, we're talking about wanting to become a full time streamer. And that varies based on the amount of viewers and other factors such as money and income levels. So that's another thought process. So then I looked at like the overall like budgeting of this, and it kind of varies per person, and that's kind of like the biggest hole in all of this. It could vary and interact with different types of content creators, so it varies per person. There could be sponsorships, and there could be other forms of media interaction, and this is kind of where reality and augmented reality can be intertwined with this, depending on how other programs interact with the streaming service. So when we move on to step 3, I looked at my empathy mapping. So this is like the goals that I would overall accomplish with this prototyping. So the main page having like draggable panels. Can I, find things that are important to me, such as categories of games or other content? Can I, you know, change the color of the background, or can I, you know, find an advertisement for something that I'm looking for that might be appealing to me or a community that I'm a part of? Um, so then I have stage 4, which is the sketching of the prototype and how I wanted the layout to look. I mostly thought about like the humor interaction and how it feels really different in completing tasks. So like if an item isn't big enough, it's really hard for somebody to see. So I use similar iconography in a lot of my stuff, and we'll look at the website at the end of this video. But you know, I want it to be able to be organized for them in the way that was important to them as well. Because if you can't find something, it's going to make it hard. And these will be available on the Spark page for interaction. They're kind of hard to see. Um, I was careful about the hieroglyphics, or I'm not entirely sure how you say that for this project, because it's important for users to find what they need, but also make it not stressful and overly complicated for them. Uh, and I think the biggest thing for me in this entire project was user control, because a lot of websites are very set in stone for their own structure and layout, and I think that it's important that people get that consistency, but also their own wants and needs to be met, because that is what a user experience is about. So then here's a couple of screenshots about what the main pages are going to look like. This is not all of the pages, but some of them. Um, and I did use a couple of laws when making this website. I did Fitts law, which is about the proximity of items to the user. This helps decide if the UI needs to be bigger or different colors or in a different position, because a lot of this matters, and also thinking about things that are ADA compliant. This not being a full development class, I did not worry about too much of that, but it's another big thing that comes up in user experience. And then I went on to Hicks law, which narrows the amount of choices a user has on the page. Because if we are overwhelmed with product, then we are less likely to pay attention to the smaller things on the page, and just get a little frustrated if we're overwhelmed. And then I decided Jacob's Law was a good implementation for this project. That way you'd be able to click on objects that you think would actually have a purpose and they actually do something. Unfortunately, due to time constraints with Adobe XD and my own other personal problems, I was unable to make everything on the page work as it should. But that is my own experience with this product. But overall, I think it still does apply to certain things on the page. This is like an exit button, the cogwheel, the profile picture, sign out buttons, clicking the logo to be redirected to the main page. And the final law I thought that was also a bigger aspect to this project was Miller's Law, and it's the concept of highlighting some of the features to be bigger and to stand out against a couple of the other categories. That way you're more drawn to that page, and it's something that you might also revisit constantly. So I think that's another thing. So this is the link to the Adobe XD product. We'll view it at the end. I'm not going to click this, and we'll view it in Adobe XD actually due to some issues on my computer. But I asked each user to click through the website, so we're at stage 5, so this is the prototyping. I asked each user to click through the website, and it took everyone about 20 seconds to find the sign up page or login page. And I interviewed up to about 9 people. It kind of varies. I'm still possibly waiting on results prior to the video being posted. So that may change. Hopefully not. And I asked about 5 of them to interview with me and interact with the website at the same time. And it took them about 20 seconds. I did this with the concept of using a timer on my phone, and I found out that about 44% gave it a 5 out of a 1 out of 5 rating for the basic experience on this page, on the page layouts and interacting with it. And then I included the comments about the experience, and I did find that some of the comments that if I wasn't interacting with the interviewer until after they had experienced the website, they gave me more actual like criticism feedback that's actually helpful and continuing the progression of this project. And then I asked them to give their overall experience with it. I still got a 44 percent rating out of overall experience from the 9 people that did answer the survey so far. Um, 2 people said that it was about a 3, but that's because there's still room for improvement and that it's not perfect yet. I think overall, taking the biggest step forward in this project would be to interact with more people to figure out what they would need from the website, but also implementing all the feedback I got, because that plays a much different role in being a developer than it does anything else. So now we're going to take a look at the Adobe XD paging. So this is what the entire flow chart and stuff looks like. This is going to be the messy mind mapping. I know it doesn't look gray, but and we're going to start on the home page. So welcome to the home page. So on this, it displays you your current followed streamers, small streamers, and previously watched. This could be based off browser history or something along that line. This is just a prototype, so I didn't really think too much about the actual thought that you're not logged in yet. So we're going to click on this, and it's going to give you the option to log in, log out. You can also close this, and it's going to close it. So we're going to go sign up. So it prompts you for a username, a password, and an email. And we're going to, fake log in here and hit sign up. And it's going to tell us, oh, something in this is not correct. So it's going to ask us to try again. So we're going to try it again and, pretend to sign up, and then sign up. Oh, we're loading our account. Beautiful. So then it gives you, like your basic user, your gender, your age, maybe something about you, profile picture if you wanted one. And then you could edit the profile. This is one of the buttons that doesn't work. Same with the notification bell, unfortunately, just due to time. So we're going to hit the home button, and it's going to take us home. It still doesn't change very much. We're going to just base this off like browser history and maybe like ISP history. And then we're going to check out the settings button. So what can we do? We can adjust panels, we can change the theme, we can look at support, or we can sign out. Unfortunately, change theme does not currently work yet. Due to time constraint, so that currently is not a feature, but we can also just exit the form and redo it. So we're going to adjust the panels and see what happens. So it gives you the prompt to drag the layout. So we're going to drag it, and it changes the layout. Looks cool. Let's save that. This is like a fail-safe to make sure that the user wants this interface. So we're going to say yes, please. And you can actually go back into, and you can go back in and adjust panels if you don't like it. And then it'll do that for you, and it'll bring you back to the original. It doesn't ask you to save, but this is my misunderstanding of Adobe XD. So let's go adjust panels. We're going to adjust the panels one more time, back the other way. Yes. And then let's go see what support does. So support is, our fail-safe for if users are having a problem, they can't diagnose it. So let's say there's account settings, we have notification issues, there's page layout issues, or if you're having a problem, you can contact us. So I think that was important. Another thing that a lot of users actually interact with on a page is the icon at the top. So let's click that, and it'll take us back to the main page of the website. And I thought that was important. So then let's log out. It's going to prompt us that we logged out. And then this is the login screen. It just asks you for this. The home button works, and the support button works on both pages. Oh, actually, can I go back? No, I can't. Let's do this. Support, and then this is also changed on this page. So let's say, we need to log in because we can't do anything there. So let's log in. And then we have that. It doesn't save the layout because I don't know how to do that if that was the actual case step, but that's what we have so far for this. And I hope you enjoyed the presentation, and the portfolio has been submitted for stage 5. And I didn't include that here, but yeah, thank you.